Alright, I do believe we are all set to go here. Just want to give myself one last mic check. And everything checks out. Alright. I'm satisfied. Yeah, we've been having our new Warrior of Light chilling out here on a bench in Charlian as we prepare to help Alice go on her next destination. We want to go and see where a bunch of people on boats are taking things. And that is what's going to happen here this evening. So, greetings people of the world, Matthias back with you as we continue with our second night of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker live here on Twitch. So, as we prepare to move on from Charlian, let's go ahead and speak with Alice, because it's time for us to continue on with her side of the main story. Let's go ahead and speak with her to take on our next level 80 main story quest entitled A Labyrinthine Descent. Alice is excited to share your revelations. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Yeah, I imagine he would. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move on. And then we'll head off in the direction of the Numenon. So, right by the studio. And I gotta remind myself where everything is now. Yeah, I wanted to play the game before I left for work this morning, but my body decided otherwise. But regardless, away we go. Make our way back over to the gazebo where the rest of the Scions are chilling out. Or at least the rest that are with us on this particular storyline. Hey, Kryle. Welcome back, Rika. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Well, there's more to it than just that, as Alice will explain. Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. Yeah, do tell. Yeah, tell them all about it, Rika. So with everyone hearing about what happened, it makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the form. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. Yes, we must. As the Stola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appeared to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Rika and Alice learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Charlians know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telothroi is wholly unlike those apocalyptic events. Moreover, the form claims to be so occupied by duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now, the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it is stretched to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the form's secretive ends. So what do we do? In which case, our next course of options seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Yeah. A fine idea, or what should we expect down there, or anything would be better than burying my head in another dusty book. No, let's just go along with this. I'm ready if you are. I'm glad you approve. You won't be disappointed, I promise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That will be a great help. Thank you, Raha. And so, away we go. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. Alright. So, we're following Alice's lead, not that far. At least not yet, anyway. Yeah, someone who's playing the Dragoon will definitely be playing the Blood Dragoon title very seriously. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. So follow Alice and try not to fall behind. Alice sets off on a brisk walk. Eventually. Yeah. Let's go. If this is what's called a brisk walk, I hate to see what a leisurely stroll is for her. I mean, look how slow she is. I easily outpace her brisk walk. Now we run. Yeah, go Alice, say go! Hey there, Tharia and Elizabeth. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. So we'll be crossing this bridge as she says we will. Yeah, follow that Alice. Over the fancy bridge. Weave our way through the various locals. Going this way, apparently. Yeah, lead on. Yeah, run up the stairs. Hope you're not getting too tired, but yeah, I'm still outrunning you. Yeah, now it says we're going to the Rostra. Or at least what we thought was the Rostra. But yeah, we're not actually going into it, we're going around it. Maybe the way we're going is another way in? Yeah, there we go. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to tune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Indeed we should. So, in we go to the Rostra. Winding our way down the stairs in order to get to where Alice wants to take us. There's a Chocobo Keep here, but there's also Kryl and some of the others. But we'll get the Chocobo Keep off the board. And then we'll go over to Kryl. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go. Yeah, let's do this. So off to another brand new area. Yeah, that's weird.
Deep beneath the Scholar's City shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
No escape? Oh no. Well, maybe for us, but we're heading off to our first field of the game, Labyrinthos, aka Sea Haven Island from the Truman Show. As depicted by the fact that we have a false sun and a fake sky in a domed environment. Yeah, let's just look at this thing.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
That's creepy.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
I guess they'll never run out of room here.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Have we noticed some? Yeah, let's take a look at these people.
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today.
Shall we find out why?
It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Yeah, we're ready if you are, Kryl. Oh, are you getting an echo? Yeah, did you experience something that I didn't?
Now?
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent.
Oh, it wasn't the echo.
I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Alright, but you be careful out there, Kryl. Yeah, let's enjoy Kristoff's creation here as the rain has rolled in. Yeah, it even artificially rains in this place. Yeah, what other artificial conditions are they going to come up with here? So let's see if these gleaners can help us out, starting with Mr. Dobbin. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so they take stock in Labyrinthos, you know. Sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before. They just did one a few summers ago even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Down to find out the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Perhaps for the next big expansion? Your exchange with Dobbin has taught you about taking stock in Labyrinthos. So let's continue our way around. And next up we have Tiev here. Hello there. Let me think. The real seeds should be item 1058, cumin seeds 1059, snubbleberry 1060, or were they 1061? Did you lose track already? My head feels like it's stuffed with Moko grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Keratin carrots for the Gearbonding carrots? What then? Your exchange with Tiev has taught you about large shipments coming in and out of Labyrinthos. Now let's go over here. And hiding behind this big crate is our second male Vieira sighting, Mr. Aaronville. You're here to help or give me more headaches, because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Your exchange with Aaronville has taught you about exhausted gleaners. Well, let's explain all of this to Kryl and see what she has to say about it. Hello there. Any luck, Rika? What tales do the Gleaners have to tell? They have these things to tell. Let me explain all of that to you. So this grand operation began with that warning? And for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else? That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the form is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Well, we'll find out more after we take our 448,800 experience points and 1,055 gil. And we now officially have Ethernet access to Labyrinthos. So yeah, we had already attuned to the crystals in Sharlayan, so just by coming here, we automatically get attunements over here too. So let's go ahead and speak with Carl again for our next level 80 main story quest entitled Glorified Rat Catcher. Kryl appears lost in thoughts. We would do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners have been tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're game, Rika, I have an idea. Yeah, meanwhile, as we're hearing this idea, apparently we have a Viera couple standing next to us. Yeah, the female in pink and the male in black. Perhaps if we were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined toward a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Also, I pressed the button a bit too soon. In the meantime, I'll turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting! Alright, I will go ahead and speak with the male Viera back here again, Mr. Aaronville. Yeah, get some more time with your Viera brothers and sisters. Yeah, hello there, I'm back. You wish to help me find the marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Yeah, you can count on me. The name is Aaronville, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nangshan marmots is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For a mercy, there were no marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack. Gently, of course. Thank you very much. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we need to widen our search into the surrounding forests. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot, or you. Yeah, in other words, I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. So away he goes one direction, and I will go in another. And so this is the first time we're officially going out into the field, so let's go ahead and dress for combat. There is something I do need to do though before we get started. You may have noticed one Dragoon ability is no longer available to me, and that's the level 54 ability, Blood of the Dragon. Turning this on allowed me to have stronger jumps. It also allowed me to get eventually to Gears Kogel and to Nastrund. But since it is now an obsolete ability, we're going to go ahead and remove it from my hotbar, and we will bring forward the True North ability. So yeah, if you're wondering what happens to Blood of the Dragon, it now is in a position where it is given to you no longer as an ability, but it now is basically a default skill that you get at level 54. Yeah, so it's right here. So it increases the potency of Jump and Spine Shatter Dive still, so it still does that. And Life of the Dragon and Life of the Dragon Mastery are still things, but yeah, we don't have to worry about activating it since it's now a default skill at level 54. Alright, so let's head on to the field. Yeah, running through the rain as the nighttime has fallen, well, quote-unquote nighttime here in Labyrinthos, what they call nighttime. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can find the marmot that we're looking for. And it looks like we have found our destination. And I will bring along for the ride my Chocobo. Got plenty of Geisel greens to use, so why not? And I also want to point out that the opportunity to use the time that was not used for launching Endwalker has allowed me the opportunity to build up my Chocobo to the point where it's now, Rika's Chocobo is now ranked 14. Let's go ahead and speak with Grizzled Mouse, or at least try and catch it, but no, barely have you ready the sack when the Grizzled Mouse scampers off into the underbrush. Alright then, time to go chasing. Hey there, Steve. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Alright, looks like we found another purple circle. Let's go on in and breach the perimeter and take on another hunting coyote. So, because of the fact that we now have Blood the Dragon permanently in use, I don't need to keep resetting it, so it allows me the ability to be able to go and use Gears, Kogo, Nastron, and Stardiver without having to worry about being on the clock. So, attempt number 2. But we just didn't quite get it. The rodent nimbly evades your grasp before once more disappearing into the trees. Alright, attempt number 3. Going back to the north. Well, I guess, Ah, crap, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I was noticing what Tharia was talking about, and I was thinking to myself, someone in my FC who also mains as Dragoon, also brought up a concern about the changes to Dragoon. And having done the game in early access, like, I personally did not notice any significant changes other than the fact that Blood the Dragon is now a default skill once you hit level 54. Yeah, I do want to get to that Aether Current because Aether Currents are a thing in this game too, in this expansion. Yeah, we'll take you guys out as fast as we can. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little stronger, but we've taken it out. Let's help ourselves see the Aether Currents. Well, it's been a delight so far. Yeah, looks like we've got the mouse cornered. Let's see if we can take advantage. More prepared for its speed this time, you succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. That's what I like to hear. Alright, let's head on back to Aaronville. Yeah, I know a lot of people are trying to level up Reaper to the point where it becomes their main. In fact, I already saw in early access, people have already speed leveled Reaper and Sage so much that I saw 2 Reapers when I beat the game in early access over the weekend. So, let's head on over to Aaronville. Hey, we're back. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. And here it is. Ah, there's the Ard Marmot out. Glad we could help. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Alright, you go do that. So, sometime later, thankfully the marmots seemed to be unharmed. They held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to capture in the first place, or what will you do with the marmots now? Yeah, I don't think we want to lead on too much. That's for the Forum to decide. They are the guiding authority behind Labyrinthos after all, and this job was but one small part of this great inventory of theirs. Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were the two conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. And just in time for everyone else to be within earshot. There you are, Rika. Hey, we made a friend. Is this the cleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Indeed it is. Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I'm Kral of the students of Aldessian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Form's decision of late have not entirely sat well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? And as for me? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Oh, that's quite alright. And away he goes with his sleeping bag and his backpack. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? Indeed we have, and here's what we learned. So we've confronted that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Form. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. So, I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun, the Form contacted the Gleaners Guild ship and put their people to this great work some 4 days after the Telophroi made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus am I inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. So what do we do? Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but waiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophroi declaration was what set it all in motion? I guess I'll say yes. It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head for the Archaon? From there we can reach the lower... Oh no, not Echo again. Kron, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archaon. We followed the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse, or marmot was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Alright. Then away you go, and I shall follow. Alright, so that opens up the first set of side quests in and around the area of Labyrinthos, but we'll get to those later on. So away we go to reunite with the Scions. In the meantime, I also want to make it a point, too, because this is now something that I need to change. So if you're wondering what happened to your Aether Compass, it now belongs in your collection. So we're going to set it to our hotbar. That way we always have use of it. And the nearest Aetherite is actually in an area we cannot currently access. But that's alright. And also as well, I should point out, as far as getting Aether Currents needed to fly, in the areas before Endwalker, you still have to do 5 quests to get Aether Currents, but they've now reduced the number of places that you need the compass for down to 4 locations, with the exception of Ozla's Law, which still needs 5. So, like I said, it holds that way for all of the locations, except for in Endwalker, where you still require 10 Aether Current locations. Alright, away we go. Let's go ahead and head on down the path and see where we're going to reunite with our crew. What do you mean that's not fair? I mean, I'm actually surprised they reduced the number of Aether Currents available to look for. Yeah, that's definitely something that surprised me as we arrive at our first Aetherite outside of a city. Alright, Alpha Node. Behold, the Archaon. As Numenon serves as Sharlayan's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archaon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. So, we'll take our 448,000 experience points and 1,135 gil. And then, yeah, it seems like we'll be keeping company with these 2 Vera for a while. So let's go ahead and speak with Alpha Node again to take on our next level 80 main story quest entitled Deeper into the Maze. Alpha Node is gazing into the Archaon with an appraising look. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Alright. Well, keep in mind they've done that so far with quite a few other things, like leveling, for instance. Leveling, for example, in a realm Reborn is a lot easier now. Yeah, I do still need... That is something I still need to do, is take a look at something in regards to how the attributes will start at the new level 1. As well as the various experience points needed to be accumulated in order to gain levels. So let's speak with this custodian. So as we all arrive... Greetings, we are here to peruse the Archaon's vaults. Peruse? You're clearly not cleaners then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that will be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Well, that sucks. Yeah, what do we do now? Not us then, I suppose. We had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? And we can't even use that either. That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. Which could take until the very last day. By that time it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for the moment, shall we? Alright. Students of Baldessian. Oh, do you not look at them very highly? Did they rub you the wrong way one time or something? Alright, Stola. We are at an impasse. As we have no other leads, I should like to peruse this one further. How are we gonna do that? But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. So, what do we do about it? It is likely that the people of the area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Alright. So everyone goes their separate ways, and so will we. I should at the very least go and over to speak with a gemstone trader. They had these in Shadowbringers, and they have these in Endwalker too. So the way that the system works actually for the gemstones, and this was something I wasn't even really paying attention to until really late into Shadowbringers, was that gemstones can be obtained through fates, which I've already had known before, but they're classified as shared fates, and if you get more fates cleared on the board, you will actually get access to improving the rank of a location where you've done those fates and get access to more items. So, in the meantime, let's head on over and speak with some people who need to be talked to, like this bone worry worker. What's that? Take you down the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there, though, shouldering a large pack engaged in some kind of task. Maybe he'll be headed down below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. Alright. Can we see that person outside the gate right now? Doesn't look like it. So we'll probably have to go over to the other side to find who we're looking for. Of course, we can also go over and clear off the Chocobo Keep. And then we'll come over here and speak with this bemused student. See what he has to say. Well, actually, this is a female rogue again. I'm all taking the lift. Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archion, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. But it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought it to donate to the vaults. Yeah, certainly made quite a motion there. He's trying to bust out. What a little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archion is open again. Alright, so let's go look for that pack-bearing gleaner that was alluded to. And they'll probably be outside of town. And let's see where this person is. Yeah, how is everyone going this evening? Yeah, especially for those of you who are playing the game right now. Like, how are you into Endwalker right now? Are you in the middle of doing something else? I'd really love to know. So yeah, look what we found. It's our male Viera friend again, Aaronville. Quiet, you're frightened it way. Frightened what way? Oh, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The Cloud King I need to capture is close. Very close. Yeah, why not let us help you? You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green and its cry a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with this sleeping dart. Alright. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie and wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Okay. Hold on there, Antharia. Search your surroundings for the hornbill. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the hornbill and use the blowgun with R1 or A. Yeah, let's find what we need. Yeah, we have found a green bird. We have found 2 green birds, but we only need to hit one of them. And these things move fast. Very fast. Ah, jeez, I'm not confident in my shot. But there we go. And so after succeeding with our shot, and there it is. Yeah, success! Yeah, look at that big smile on my face. Yeah, there's Aaronville to go ahead and pick this thing up.
Fair shot.
And yeah, this guy's a voice actor.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up, and I'll make my way over to you.
Alright then. And so, once our friends reunite with us...
There you are. Any new revelations?
Well, here's what I found out.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill.
That's right.
I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Not to wreck stuff?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really.
Do tell.
Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
As in, put it down? Yeah, we're not happy with that.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
That must be really messing up on your mind.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Maybe.
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Oh?
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
Including the hornbill?
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Yeah, think nothing of it.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift.
Oh, you don't even get to go with them?
I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Yeah, that sucks.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
Yeah, awkward face.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Oh, do tell.
This path leads to the 33rd Facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
Well, that's good.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Well, thank you very much, sir. And away he goes.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Yeah, I'm ready for it if you are. And so away they go, and we will follow. Over to that creepy cave. Well, not yet there, Elizabeth, because we're still at level 80. Yeah, we're still at level 80, so we haven't earned that privilege yet. And also there, Tharia, in regards to the voices of the Viera, I've always known that female Viera for years have been voiced by Scandinavians. So it's very likely that the males are being voiced by Scandinavians too. So let's drive on over to the cave entrance and speak with Alphanode. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slaving beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Yeah, that's a good idea. So in addition to our experience and 1,135 gil, we'll pick up a level 80 headpiece. And so with that checked off, let's go ahead and continue the main quest by speaking with Alice to take on the next level 80 main story quest entitled The Medial Circuit. Alice seems eager to get underway. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Alright. I guess you have some work to do there, Elizabeth. So survey the area and defeat any enemies that appear. No problem. Yeah, it won't be long now as well, Elizabeth, before I'm able to secure my flight to come and head down to Georgia to be with you for the weekend after Valentine's Day, because I looked at the calendar and it turns out that the Monday after Valentine's Day is a holiday in the US too. It's President's Day. And so it works out pretty well. So yeah, I'm able to fly down on the Saturday, and then we can also get Sunday, Monday, and then I would leave on Tuesday. And also about my thoughts of possibly also as well turning it into a free company get-together meetup. Yeah, it's something I'm also researching as we speak. And there are definitely some good options for doing that. Alright, here we go. Bring everything over and let's fight them all. Alright, let's continue on. Also, I should make a point to use my Aether Compass. Yeah, there's a current to the northwest. It may be on the other side, though. I just want to be sure. The way I'm reading this is probably right on literally on the opposite side. Yeah, it is literally on the opposite side. Alright. So, around the corner we go. We'll pick up the current and then we'll continue on outside of the cave. This way we can see the exit is right there. We're gonna make a brief detour. Yeah, it's not that big of a worry if I get chased, because from what I've noticed, some enemies that are feral run after you for a much shorter distance than they have in previous Final Fantasies 14s. So that's definitely a bonus. Alright, attuning. There we go. The next one will be, be probably somewhere around, not that close to the Aetherite, but probably just literally underneath it. So, out of the cave we go. Yeah, chilling it out and just riding on over. Yeah, there's our crew. Yeah, Michelle, why are you staying away from everyone else? Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence at least, and as promised, the tunnelers delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Erenville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Alright. Also, who's laughing at the weird music that this place has? And also, weird slimes with creepy faces. Yeah, lots of weird stuff going on around here. In fact, I'm gonna get chased by one. .328 to the north, so yeah, it's likely gonna be right up around there. Before we go into the next settlement, let's check out the Crossroads. Alright. So as we're waiting for our crew, let's have a look at where we get to see everything. So we've got a vineyard here. We have pumpkins being grown, among other things. Ah, now I know where we are. This is Merial Agronomics. Yeah, hey there, everyone. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Foods so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Yeah, getting a little chuckle from Kryl. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet those workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. 'Tis possible they know something of the Form's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? Alright then. See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. Oh, you think so there, Tharia? Who knows, maybe it is. Anyway, we want to speak to 3 people here on the farm. We'll start here over with Mr. Jebka. Yeah, you're an Aura with a very redneck name there, sir. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors, not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? Well, this is what happened. The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the Form has us filling order lists a mile long. Massive yet detailed requirements, literal wagon loads of crop samples and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling all around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds which we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Yeah, let's guess why. Let's guess why. Any other farmers we can speak with? Well, how about over here? We can come over here to speak with Ruba Applecon. Of course, the light of the artificial sun is not so brilliant as the real one. However, it allows us to grow crops without having to worry about inclement weather or changing seasons, making the results of experimentation much more consistent. Oh, sorry, it's the overwhelmed laborer. Yeah, the way it was set up, it almost looked like Ruba was the person I was supposed to be speaking to. Do I have ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry and then some. Much of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, while some has been earmarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. Gods, hauling up that lot up that slope was a job and a half. Oh, I bet it was. Now let's run across the fields and... yeah, here we can find a person who we can actually speak to. This harried harvester. But before we do, take a look at, moment if you will, at the mammoths they have here. Yeah, it's like a fancy version of Gigi from the Hildebrand adventures in Heavensward. Jeez, yeah, how far did you go? He also looks very disappointed. Yeah, he seems to be very, very disappointed. It's hard to get a shot of him when his face is hiding behind the grapes. Alright, Mr. Harvester. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modelled, a region in the south of Ilsabar. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which transitioned into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested as you might expect. It used to be called Corvos before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amonis. The Forum sought not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments to cultivation. Yeah, shall we see what exactly they've been cultivating? You know, all the information right outside over here. Yeah, just make sure I'm not running by anything. Yeah, it turns out we're all coming right up here. Here's our stack. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. So as we look further, hold on. Yeah, something's caught our eye. Yeah, we got some glowing flowers. Yeah, we're looking at them intently.
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Who goes there?
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Is that so? Yeah. Please elaborate, sir. Yeah, you're certainly putting in some hard work.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change color. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Sharlayan at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild.
Well, that sucks.
With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration.
I'm sorry to hear that.
As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence.
Of course.
I will leave you to your thoughts.
Alright then. It was nice to meet you, sir. And as he walks by, the others come close to us. Yeah, hey everyone, look what I found.
Have you learned aught of interest?
We have. Yeah, have a look.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
And now you have. Yeah, Quell's really taking a stare.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
It's all a plot. It's all a conspiracy theory.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
Oh, we hear something. So what are we taking a look at?
Isn't that the entrance to the Archaean?
Yeah, I guess it is. And look who lied to us.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
Shall we find out?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice.
I hope you're right about that.
If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Yeah, that sounds like Alice.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
We should all what? Yeah. Meanwhile, Kryle's still entranced by the flowers.
Cryle?
Yeah, I think she's a bit preoccupied. Yeah, over here, young lady.
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Meanwhile, Alice can't stop staring at the Vieira.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Yeah, we must. I guess Carl will just keep staring at the flowers.
I can almost reach you.
Who are you talking to? Yeah, Rika's looking and she's like, this doesn't seem right here. So I'll speak with the Stoller to complete this particular quest. Is Carl still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Indeed. So we'll take another set of experience points and 615 gil. Alright, so it's time for us to move on to our next main story quest with Alice at level 80 entitled The Full Report, Warts and All. Alice is not about to let Erenville out of her sights. Erenville was headed westwards along the path outside the Archaeon. Come, we can still catch him. Yeah, let's go and begin the chase. Meanwhile, let's see if we can find that ether currents. And yeah, as expected, it's going to be pretty much directly below the aetherite, or yeah, pretty much below the aetherite. Or is it? Yeah, it's beneath us actually. Right there. The trick is to fall down without pissing anyone off. There we go. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, going past the cryokinites. Yeah, which then begs the question, why are they not made of ice? I mean, it does have cryo in the name, so you would think that would make sense, but apparently not. And then in the meantime, we'll also run past some mandragoras. You know, our target's gonna be right over there. We take a look at some of the giant gears that are rolling and keeping things running smoothly around here. Yeah, it'll soon be my time to turn to the right. And so, here we go. Oh, can I even, though? Oh, yeah, I can. Good. Ishtola, we're coming to speak with you. Yeah, I'm the last one to arrive this time. Hold a moment, I have an idea. Alright. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinth's climate control centers. It should have its own lifts with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. Aye, if I were an agent of the form, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agents, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. And how do we do that? If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Yeah, that would help. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Like what? Are you gonna show off your skills? Hippity hop, my little toads! Toads? Goodness! Yeah, what did you just do? She just did that. She turned myself and the twins into frogs. Unaccustomed to transfiguration, worry not, it will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantments. And what am I to do in the meantime? Yeah, wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you're likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Ouch. Sad face. Which reminds me, we're the creatures hereabouts. In that form we are essentially defenseless. Pretty much. You're changed into a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to proceed with quest objectives. You will return from your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration's area of effects. Speak with Ishtola to restore or prolong the transfiguration. Is that what you're doing right now? Yeah, while transfigured, speak with Alpha Node. But he can only ribbit for us. Alpha Toad and Alley Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Yeah, so you can leave your quest behind by entering a different area, so basically they're reiterating stuff we already know, and since we don't want to arouse suspicion, we should probably put my chocobo away for a while, and I can't even do that? What? Oh. Great, I'm about to blow my cover. Thankfully this lasts for half an hour, but still. So off we go to try and find wherever it is we're going. But yeah, I am so gonna give myself away because I can't retract my chocobo currently. Yeah, we're gonna try and do everything we can to try and avoid running into our froggy brethren. And we want to stay as far away from danger as we possibly can. And we're about to reach our destination. But we're a bit too close to some yakals. Fortunately, we made it to the bridge safely. So as we slowly but surely make our way here, what we found? Yeah, let's see if we can get a little closer. And see if we can't hear what's going on.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Yeah. Tell him what he's gonna do next.
Another lengthy list.
And I'm sure there are many more to come.
If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
Reluctant to come out and say it.
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge.
So in other words, you're getting every piece of information on the world that you possibly can, and you're gonna hoard it all for yourself, right?
I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
In other words, you won't find out until you're a corpse 6 feet under. He's not happy about this.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
And rejected outright. And so away goes the man with the veil on his face. Yeah, you want to take a look at the frogs? Why are we having this stirring contest? Yeah. Yeah, we're just frogs.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Wait, what?
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Yeah, so he's just gonna walk away. Well, at least explain to us.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
Yeah, look how shocked we all are.
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Damn. Savage. Don't try to fool an expert. Alright there, Alpha Node. Let's talk. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seems inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty the former agent mentioned. Charlie has been called to action, and the Telefroid's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Aeosi's request for aid. And so with that, we'll take our experience and 1055 gil for completing the quest. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to speak with Alice next, to take on our next level 80 main story quest. And when there's a thumbnail involved, you know something important is going to happen. Let's take on the quest entitled A Guide of Sorts. Alice is staring off into the direction Erenville departed, a thoughtful look on her face. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment for all its resources? Judging by what we've heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Ashdola and Crawl for the moment to see what they think of this. Alright then. And then back we go. So we're basically heading back across the bridge. Two of them. Going over the bridge over the waterfall and then moving on to the second bridge. Yeah, all the while we can't use that even if we wanted to. And we're running into level 81 enemies even though we're still at level 80. Yeah, I didn't think that he was gonna let us go that easily. So, driving down the hill. Yeah, here comes the next round of frogs. So, off to Ashdola. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then? Oh, we certainly did. And he was really keen. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation of that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Kral and then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming you find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the distant areas just in case she decided to wander. Alright. Also, a fellow Dragoon is alongside me. We're in 535s and I guess working on getting... Probably had to get the 515 gear. Probably didn't have enough tomes to get 530. Yeah, let's go on back to where we were talking with Kryl before. Yeah, just relax and enjoy the guitar riffs. Yeah, let them soothe you and calm you down. Yeah, and some of the places that we are at now at this point have really funny names, like Alfredo. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what the origin of that word would be. So yeah, we are going back to where we saw Kryl before. Still staring, huh? Is your headache at least gone? Are you no longer suffering the effects of the echo? Oh, are you even allowed to pick that? Well, she's gonna do something with it. Yeah, hi there.
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
She? Does this mean I echo to you? Yeah, let's breathe it in.
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Yeah. Come around there, Kryl. Whoa, wait a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah. What? You're possessing her now?
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment.
You've been weakened that badly, huh?
It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you.
Another, huh? Who could this other possibly be?
Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will.
Yeah, surprised that she's doing this so willingly after she's been our silent guide now for the last number of years and expansions. And we're just looking at her.
Blue will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
Alright, I guess I can put it in my back pocket. Oh, yeah, I guess she's done.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away.
Yeah. And your eyes are back to normal.
My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go.
Of course.
Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower.
But how are we going to use it?
Yes, we are definitely making progress.
In what way, though?
You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Meanwhile... Yeah, something's not right. Hurry! Uh-oh, it looks like we've had a run-in. With this guy.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
The fact that we're busted.
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization.
Let me guess, everyone saw through the ruse?
We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian.
Yeah, that guy.
A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities.
And he's like, how dare you talk down to me?
Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
It is not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact.
What are you getting at?
With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion.
Is that so?
And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
Yeah, that's how much he's disowned his children, that they're now foreign elements. Yeah, she's so pissed.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city.
Oh boy.
As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Oh yeah.
Grah! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Well, why isn't these days?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
We are so screwed.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
And get treated by like dirt at the same time.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Yeah, this is not good. Yeah. What are you hiding from us? And why is it so bad that you're treating us like dirt and that we had to go undercover? So, later that night, back in Charlian, yeah, this emergency meeting of the Forum has been called to order. And there's Graha already having gotten tongue-lashed quite a bit, I'm sure.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Oh, it was? I guess we won't find out, though, until we get our asses
will come
kicked.
to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Charlian assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
Yeah, not easy to keep our identities secret, was it?
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
Damn. Yeah, and all the murmurs pretty much agree. And here's something you don't see often.
The good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Yeah, you don't see Crawl with her hood on, or off rather, much, if at all.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Charlian, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front.
And we all know how that ended.
Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Because they don't see it as the end of the world. And like, how dare you say such
Whence came
things?
this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own.
So what do we do now to try and defend ourselves?
The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process. To better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent. The unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society.
But...
And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something... odd.
And what was that? Yeah, do tell. Provided you don't get shot or something.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge.
Like, how could you say such
The
things?
most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
When am I getting cut off?
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Yeah, they've had enough.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Uh-oh. What are you choking on? I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore.
Shall we guess who you are bound by that duty by?
Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle?
Well, probably not to that extent. Like, you give us information and we use it in battle.
We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Yeah, that includes those two.
Such misguided zeal.
Father,
Yeah, can't afford
Master
them that
Fortunato.
here.
I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me.
Yeah, a little word to the wise from Arnvald.
So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Yeah, to get rid of us.
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Well, how much?
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand,
Oh yes, let's do that.
By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
Of course not.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Yeah, if we at least got ourselves some sort of respect.
Order. We will have order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures.
And what's that?
Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan.
Sorry, Kryle.
You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
Let's see who does. There don't seem to be as many people raising their hands as I would have thought. It's not as unanimous as it once was.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
Oh man. We were so close too.
Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
So now what do we do?
Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
And so away they all go. I guess some are gonna stick around though. Probably to look at us still pissed off. So after getting our butts handed to us, Ishtola, well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. And our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the form discovered in the ethereal sea. With our freedoms so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. Well, it's not like we learned that much in the first place. So we'll take, humbly, 448,000 experience points and 975 gil. Yeah, this isn't Ishgard. We're not heretics or anything, but we might as well be treated like them. So let's go ahead and speak with Alice again to take on our next Level Lady main story quest entitled Estate Visitor. Alice has a look of dissatisfaction. The overall picture has grown so clear, yes, but that's in spite of the form being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Because they're hiding something. Survival come what may. Is Father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Or what's left of it. Alphanode, I'll say, it is you! Who goes there? And who might you be? When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother? Yeah, this is their mom, apparently. Nice to meet you. Are you at least more compassionate than your husband? Well, starting with off with a bow, I guess, is a good start. Emilion Levier at your service. And you fine people must be the sons of the 7th Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Yeah, look how all shocked we all are. Yeah, because she's not like her husband. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you are here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go, visit your home. We'll be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Rika, what do you think? Well, it's not like I got anything better to do. Rika? The Rika Sasaki? Well, apparently you've heard about my forays and special events too. What a splendid day that this has turned out to be! Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us! Yeah, alright. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Rika, if you'd be so kind as to escort my children to the estates. They don't need a bodyguard. And then she was gone, without any opportunity to protest. Why are you chuckling, Kral? Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Yeah, you head on back and we'll head on in the opposite direction. Yeah, we don't need to be dressed for combat for this. There we go. Alright, Alphanode. I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Rika? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? I believe I can do that. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. What, I can't do girl things with you? Why ever not? Your room is always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things that they keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys! What toys could you ever be interested in? I mean, never mind. Levier Estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. So the twins are now accompanying me. Yeah, we can't shortcut this and use the convenient Aether right behind me. No, no, no. We have to run over to the estate itself. And along the way, we have another one of these Tales of quest spots for dialogue. Let's speak with the twins about this bridge and its view. When Alice and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. Yeah, cause look what's below. I say alone, but my mother or servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now looking at us, traveling to different countries, different worlds even. And as for you, Alice? As children, Alphinaud and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the wash rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Yeah, I'm sure it must have been quite an experience. Meanwhile, let's get on over to the Leveo estate. And there are quite a few people here already to check the place out. Hello there, Emilians. And here you are at last. Please do come in. So yeah, let's have a look inside. Yeah, that is quite a crew of servants.
Welcome home, my lady.
Yeah, they really they just stand there, wait for her to return. As we have a look at our surroundings and check out how beautiful this place is. Too bad the man of the house is a total prick. And we're just so gobsmacked.
What? What are you gawping at?
Your place is so beautiful. Yeah. All of its grandeur, Sign headquarters must have seemed squalid indeed, or just admiring the craftsmanship.
Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit.
And if he does...
And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Yeah, and everyone else, do your respective tasks, whatever it is you're supposed to be doing.
Master Alphinaud, Mistress Alice, if you would accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
Alright. Yeah, I'll see you back here soon. Yeah, we ladies need to chat.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Of course.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations.
Behind your husband's back?
Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
I guess they attended a lot of the special events that I've been to, and I wasn't even aware of it.
It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
Well, I'm glad to be here for them.
Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but.
Yeah, of course.
In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Yeah, perhaps. Or I can tell you about everything that's happened with the other Warriors of Light that came before her. Yeah, because they've certainly passed down their stories to Rika too. So, later that night...
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Well...
Mother,
It's about time we got to finally see...
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Yeah, we finally get to see the outfits that they were wearing in the trailers at long last.
it's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Well, if anything else, I'm glad to see her no longer wearing that ugly brown coat that she got in Heavensward.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
I guess.
See for yourself.
Yeah, hey there, Alphino. Yeah, he's still wearing blue, but it's a little bit different.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
And what would that be?
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
She seems so shy with that voice. Yeah, put this on your back. Yeah, you're putting the books away for a while.
Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
Oh great, make it worse for Alphino. Yeah, look how shocked they are.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days. As a student, he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
Oh, and something else goes with it too. Ah, yes.
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master. But someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
Why do I get the feeling it won't be that easy? Yeah, don't crush it.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance.
Hopefully not irrevocable.
Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words.
Obviously not.
Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Why are we chuckling?
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
And so away they go, as the sun rises. Geez, Fortunal really must get wrapped up in his work as Amélion suggested. It was nice to meet you too. Also, be honest. That new set of shorts that Alice wears does nothing for her figure. Let me explain what I'm talking about here. Let's pan the camera around, shall we? Be honest. This is just begging for Sir Mix-a-Lot to come in and start rapping. Be honest. Alpha Node, thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Alright. And I'll rejoin you there. Also get used to seeing that on screen a lot more these days. Let's head on over to the annex. Alright, going back in. With our tails pretty much between our legs. Alright, Kryl. Enjoyed your time with the Leviers, I hope? I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I can only hope that we can help them to reconcile with their father, and that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret of the Forms tries to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Heidelin is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you've scouted out the situation at Thavnair, we'll be well equipped to plot out our next move. Let's hope you're right about that. So, we'll take our experience to 1,175 gil. And completion of that main quest gets us to experience level 81. So yeah, we're already at 81 before we even go and join the boys on their trip to Thavnair. But we're not going to go to Thavnair next time because since a whole bunch of side quests open up in Labyrinthos, we're going to prioritize those first next time. But yeah, don't worry, we're not going to get in trouble with the Forum again if we go back to Labyrinthos. We'll be perfectly fine to head on down there and do some checking out of the various quests that are available. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Or whenever I can get back onto the game, because thankfully it did not take me as long to get into the game. It took me an hour and a half this time as opposed to 2 hours. But there were a couple of scares there. Like, there were a couple of instances when even on the launch screen for your login, the launch screen wasn't loading properly. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, it can't possibly be. Thankfully, the problem was resolved. I think my computer was just probably trying to download an automatic update or something that caused that to happen. But thankfully, don't need to worry about that, at least not for now. But we're going to go ahead and call things here, and then tomorrow, quote unquote, we will proceed to move on back to Labyrinthos to check out the various side quests before we help the boys over here in Thavnair. So, knowing that we have those guys to work with, and knowing that the twins are now decked out in their new looks, they definitely have, I guess, a resolve and an improved confidence, as it were. And we'll see if next time when I team up with them that we can put it to good use. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker live here on Twitch. I look forward to seeing you guys back here again next time. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.